Okay, so Cheap Sunglasses. I mean, what a fantastic song. This song is just so in the pocket. It's crazy how well these guys nail the feel in these tunes. But unfortunately, most guys just don't play this properly. There's a reason that when your weekend guy plays it, it's kind of okay. It'll work, but it's just not the same. There's always something missing, especially with this Billy Gibbons stuff. Just because he is so precise in his playing, and he has these techniques that he uses and little tricks to just be, really super tight and make it sound like right in the pocket. So anyways, I don't want to go gabbing on too much, but so the first chord, okay, most guys are going to play it like this to start with. Okay, let's just go over how most guys will do it. And they'll just kind of tend to play those two notes. So kind of do a slide here. And kind of that kind of thing. Or maybe they'll play these three notes, include that F in there on the D string. And maybe do those fifths on the B flat and the C, right? So you get something like. And to most people, that's okay. That's pretty passable. But once you learn how to play it properly, you'll never play it that way again. So the dilemma on this one for me, because I've never played this song before, even though I've played in a lot of cover bands, this one I've never played. So I'm learning this from scratch. So the first thing I hear is this chord, right? But what I hear is I hear that note, the A, and I hear the D. I can hear those notes in there for sure. But I also hear this note, the F, right? You can definitely hear that. In fact, that's probably the most prominent note. Okay, so now you're looking down here and going, well, how am I going to do that? Well, your first reaction is, I can play it up here, which is the B flat, right? That's basically what you're getting is a B flat chord. So you got the root, the third and the fifth. I can play it there, right? But when you watch Billy Gibbons play it live, there's no way. He's not playing it there. He's playing it here. Okay, he's playing it down there, and for a couple of reasons, because he's got to sing, and he can't be up here, going down here, and singing, because when you're singing, you can't be looking down at the fretboard, right? So he's got to have stuff available close, so he can sing the tune without, staring at the guitar all night. So I rule that out. That's a no-go. Even though the chords are right and the notes are right, but also it's the tonal thing, right? Because now you're using this D string, which is a bit of a thicker tone, and on the record, it's definitely those high strings. So then you go, okay, well, I'll just use the F here, right? Because the F is the highest note, so I'll go. But you're sliding in. It's a definite slide there. And how do you slide from an open fret? Well, you don't, right? And the whole time I'm watching him play live, and he's here, but he's getting that note. Okay, so then finally it dawns on me that he's detuning his high E string. Okay, and that is kind of the secret to this song. Okay, so get that high E and tune it to your D. Okay, we're good. So now my E, high E is tuned to the D. And that is the trick of this song, okay? So here you go. When you play that chord now, you play all three of those high strings, G, B, and E. And there it is. Okay, so you've got your B flat, your D, and your F. And it's right there. Now the only other thing that's happening there is he's hybrid picking it, okay? So, and I don't know how much you know about hybrid picking, but it's when you use your pick and you use your fingers. So you pick like so, and you use these two fingers, okay? So what's happening there is on this chord, he's plucking the G and picking the B and the E with his fingers, so. Okay, so that's the first chord. Sounds really good. And then also on the record, you know, there's two guitars playing this part, and then he's overdubbing a clean part, which is also what I did on this thing at the beginning, right? Just put a clean part with a bit of like chorus on it, you know, just to give it that clean sort of sound. Anyway, so we're there, and then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to pick that open D string with our middle finger, okay, right there like that. So we're going to go, okay, and then we're going to pick the F note on the E string, first fret. So, okay, and then we're going to pick the G note on the E string, E3, and the open D. So far we've got, okay, sorry, okay, and then we're going to go, okay, so we're going with the pick, and we're open D when we're on that, on the E string. Then we're going to play the B flat with the pick, and we're going to pick the open G string with our middle finger. We move the B flat up to the C, and we're still picking the open G. Okay, so that whole thing sounds like this. Okay, and that's how you do the lick. That's the secret to that lick. Detuning your high E and hybrid picking. Okay, so, and also we don't want to do this. Right? It's very staccato, so it's right? I've got a little reverb on here. I'll probably turn that off. Okay, very, very flat and staccato. Okay, put that reverb back on because, hey, I like it. I like reverb. So that's the basic lick, right? And then we get into this lick here. Sorry. A lot of guys will go. Okay, but that's not what's happening. You can clearly hear that open D. Okay, so it's D, open D when we're on the E string picking, right? Okay, and then when we're on the A string picking, it's open G with our middle finger. Okay, so. Okay, so that's pretty well it. That's the song. And then we've got this other part. That bit up there, and that's just up here on the 10th fret. And we're going to hybrid pick that too, right? It's just picking there. And there's actually a piano, I think, doing that on the record with a guitar in the background. And this is a cleaner part here. So when we do that part, we're going to crank our volume down a little bit so we get a little cleaner sound. Just dropping that a fret, right? Does that a bunch of times. And then we're into the solo. And the solo is, again, on a clean sound. It's like a C minor 7, right? It's and that rhythm is. Now you can hybrid pick that, or you can just pick it with a pick, or you can go. I kind of like to pick that part because it's a little more rhythmic and it's easier to. I know. I don't think the sound really. And then we go down to the B flat. And we kind of pull off there, right? To match that. Okay, and you can listen to the record to get the exact rhythm on that, or listen to the beginning of this video because I'm definitely playing it right there. But these kind of rhythms are, I don't want to spend, you know, an hour explaining those rhythms. It's better if you just listen to it and get it in your head. Okay, so but the chords are the C minor 7th, and then we're down to the B flat. Back up to the C minor 7. Then we're up to D minor 7. And then we go to D major. Okay, so. Alright, and then it goes back to that. Okay, does that a bunch of times, and then we're into this again. And we can turn up there now, right? Because we want to get that more distorted sound. Okay, and of course on the record he just ends it like that. But if you're playing live, you might want to make up for that keyboard thing. Da 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 da. You might want to do just a C octave thing, something like that. You know, just to fill it in. Okay, so, and then we've got the ending part, which is so it's just going from the F to the G, and then B flat, and then E, or F, E. F, G. So slowly. Okay, and then that goes on and the guitar is just monkeying around there. Like I didn't do the solo here because there's not much to the solo. You know, you can just kind of use that as your bass and just muck around, you know. If you're playing live, you definitely want to do your own stuff in there. I don't think this is what I would call an iconic kind of a solo, but I do think that the rhythm is really iconic and just awesome playing. You know, as a guitar player, I'm guilty myself. We just want to go nuts playing lead, you know, and we probably spend most of our time practicing lead. You should definitely work on your rhythms, you know. Don't spend hours with a metronome playing speed licks. I mean, a little bit of that is great because you want to be able to do it. But don't neglect the rhythm, okay? And learning stuff like this can really, really help you with your rhythm. Because these guys are so deep in the pocket when they play these songs, it's not even funny. The only other band I think that comes close to these guys is AC/DC for being, you know, that tight in the pocket of the song, right? Anyways, I hope you get something out of this. See you next time.